Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gretchen, and today I'm back with another Women's Prize for Nonfiction review, and today's pick is the shortlisted title, A Flat Place, Moving Through Empty Landscapes, Naming Complex Trauma by Noreen Masud. Now, this book follows Noreen on her journey of coming to terms with her diagnosis of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and she talks to us about how she deals with that diagnosis and that disorder and how she has found solace in flat landscapes and spending time in nature. So the book is broken down into different chapters, and each chapter represents a specific flat place or flat landscape that she has visited. So we are learning not only about Noreen and her disorder, but we're also learning about these different places within England and nature that she frequently visits or has visited and has found some type of solace or comfort in. So this is just as much a book about, learning about the psychology of her disorder and learning about her trauma as it is as a nod to Mother Nature. And I thought that this was a brilliant book. I thought it was very, very well written. The writing is stunning. I know sometimes with nonfiction, you don't always get that prose-like writing, or you're not always as swept away in the writing or the beauty of the writing as you are with a novel or a piece of fiction. But Noreen did an amazing job. The way that she presented the information and the metaphors and the analogies and the comparisons that she made were so eloquently done. And there were so many times throughout this book where I would stop myself and just be like, wow, like she is such a great writer. So that is definitely evident as you're reading this book. Now, the other thing I will say about the book is she tells us about her trauma. So she grew up in Pakistan to a Pakistani father, and her mother was Scottish. So she grew up there, and we learn about her relationship with her father and the time that she spent in Pakistan before getting away and moving to the UK. And we learn enough about her trauma, but it's not full exposure. It's not putting everything out there, every horrible or tragic detail of her life. She is giving the reader enough information to understand where her trauma comes from, but she's not shoving it down your throat. She's not looking for sympathy. She's not looking for pity. She just wants you to understand that she has this trauma and she is trying to work on herself to overcome that. And not only is she working on her complex PTSD, but she is also coming to the terms with the fact that she is queer, and she is learning how to find herself and find out who she is and come to terms with that as well. So she does it in such a thoughtful way that it's more of a, I'm going to take your hand and I'm going to lead you through my story, as opposed to sitting someone down and just throwing fact after fact after fact at them. And I really appreciated that. Like, I felt like I was on a journey with her from the very beginning until we got through the last chapter with the last landscape that she decided to share with us. And I think that this book is so important because it highlights that there are so many different ways that we can process trauma. We can process grief. We can deal with things. We don't have to necessarily do or find comfort in all of the things that we're supposed to. She is turning to nature. That is something that is working for her, and that there's no shame in that. She is owning that. And I think that reading a story like this, it makes it so evident as to knowing that as long as you are doing something that you find comfort in and you know is helping you, regardless of what that looks like, it's okay, and that can be your thing. And I just really appreciated this book for that. It is gonna be a story that will tug at your heartstrings, not out of a sense of pity, like I said, but just almost like you're gracious that she has decided to share this with you. And if you have ever known somebody that has struggled with PTSD or complex PTSD, it can help you better to understand what they're going through and how they are processing their own trauma. So I can definitely see why this book made the cut for the short list. We have a couple days before the winner is announced. This was the final book that I had to finish from the short list. So now that I have them all finished, I can really take some time to sit down and think about which one I think is going to be the winner. I'm going to have a really tough decision to make, but I think at the end of the day, they all deserve to be on the list. And yeah, so we'll see what I end up landing on. So that video will be to come, and until we read again, bye.